Ooh. All right, guys, what is up? Hope everybody is having a wonderful, I don't know, what day is it, man? Uh, whatever day it is, Tuesday. Yeah. So I know I say this every time, but most importantly, there's already 24 people in here, so I appreciate you guys being here, being early. I'm gonna try to make this a rapid fire QA. And you guys just type your questions and I will try to get to as many as I can because quite honestly, I'm actually really tired and I'm honestly I'm not in a great place right now, man. I know I say that I'm just the giant like puss boy of all puss boys, but yeah, man, it's just I don't know. It never ceases to amaze me how horrible people can be. So anyways, man. So let's get into it. So vendetta maxing, do you think manuals causes a curve? Um, no, I don't, unless you're doing it incorrectly, or you are causing Peyronie's disease, and that can cause a curve. So can manual stretches, can any kind of PE cause a curve? And yes. And for those asking, what's the blue thing on my vest? I'm an old man and I have old bones and I get cold now. And I never used to get cold, but now that I'm old, I get cold. So this is a heated vest. And so let me put it on red because that actually transmits better. And so there's a battery pack in here, and this is a heated vest. It was like, I don't know, maybe 20 bucks off Amazon. I don't have a link, but if you guys are interested for a good gift to get somebody or something for yourselves, especially if you're in a colder area, the yeah, this vest is pretty dope. So yeah, what is it? James Turman says Hink has a mangina. I'm not sure I even know what that is, but that's pretty hilarious, bro. So yeah, man. My guy DAO says, "What's up, Ink? Hope all is well, my guy. I understand the struggle. I don't know, man. Maybe there's I don't want to be a guy that complains on here, but I also don't want to be a guy that there are so many of these guys that just make you think that they are living their best lives and all it is popping champagne bottles and living life and they don't have any struggles and that's not my life, man. I won't say I've always struggled with depression, um, because I feel like I'm a pretty happy guy in general, but then again, like, it's still sad boy for life. Like, I don't know that I'll ever not be a sad boy. So anyways, so I appreciate the support, man. Um, Indigenous Goat says, "Fancy McCringleberry." Exactly, man. Doc 72 says, "I got one of those for my girlfriend. She loves it." So yeah, man, I have Doc 72's girlfriend, smoke show, man, smoke show. So good for you, my friend. And let's see. So my guy 50 to 1 says, between your core subs and devices, what would you get first if you were to start over? That's kind of a loaded question. I mean, I made my course, and so I can't say that I don't know, I would buy my course. And this is not meant to to sound like a shameless plug. The reason I like my course is because I think it's a comprehensive now, I don't go into I'm just gonna say what I would call as minutia. Like, these, "Well, no, you need to be doing this for exactly this amount of time per day, you need to be calculating this percent of strain," no. My course is pretty straight it's no, not pretty straightforward, it's very straightforward, okay? Pump for this time for this pressure, but the reason why I like it is because it takes you through everything, even starting with what are the real size statistics. I've had so many guys tell me that they love my course just for the size statistics portion because now they have a better idea of actually what their real size is because they've been so brainwashed through corn. The other thing is the anatomy section that takes you through like how to inventory your D, what to know, like how to feel your testicles, how to check for a hydrocele, like versus a varicocele, versus learning the anatomy of your D, the appropriate ways to measure. So it would have saved me a lot of time compiling all that stuff. Now, essentially all that stuff is for free on the internet. somewhere in some regard, especially in my videos. But from a just efficiency course, which I value efficiency more than really anything because time is a finite commodity, that, I would probably get my course first. Now, that being said, I'm biased, but I certainly would not start with supplements. Those aren't necessary to grow. I think they can help. So Javonta says, "Is it bulletproof?" Yeah, bro. I hope I never have to check that out. Anonymous, what's up, my guy? We got Caleb in the house. Caleb says, "Hink, you're too successful to be a sad boy." You're like, I'm not trying to flex on myself. I don't even know what the term would be, but no, I mean that's why I honestly get upset that I'm sad a lot, just because there's no reason on this earth that I should be sad, really, and I don't know, man, and I don't know, especially just with stuff going on. I don't know, man. It's just sad boy airs, and then you think you know somebody, and they end up being the worst people that you've ever met in your entire life, and backstab you and try to fuck you over at every turn, and it's just like, wow. And so, what is life? But anyways, man. Let's see. My guy Hinks, your thoughts on foreskin restoration? I get asked that a lot, and I don't like commenting on it too much, just because I don't have personal experience with it, and so sorry, I just see a comment by Red Maroon. He says, "Not gonna lie, both course and info on the sub r/Hink has been paramount for helping many." I appreciate you, Red. Thank you, bro. Uh, but I don't have experience with it. I think, especially with the nature of doing length work, if you have foreskin, your foreskin is going to increase in size. If you don't have foreskin, you're going to have like a pseudo foreskin develop, and so I don't believe that. Um, I don't believe that. I mean, I just don't have time to do it, okay? And I know that there's people that have talked about the potential merits of foreskin restoration, even claiming such fucking out. Nope, nope, nope. Even claiming outrageous things like foreskin restoration alone is gonna reverse turkey neck, which I don't think there's any evidence of that, but who knows? What do I know? I'm a clown in a mask, guys. This is all for entertainment purposes. Don't listen to me when it comes to anything about anything in life. Um, so yeah. Um, so yeah, man. And so no, I don't really know with that. My guy Forgeist, P4 Geist, P4L, my guy Jadinkledge Martin knows about P4L. He says, "Yes, all your content has made me take a much better look at my downstairs health." I appreciate that, man. Um, Chrome 47, you have any skunk dunks? I do not. You guys know that I am a square, and I do love sneakers, but I am not a now from a medicinal purpose. I think marijuana has some fantastic, medical benefits, but I strongly disagree with it for recreational use. That's my personal thing, guys. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm in a I'm married. I mean, so I'm a square. Like that's it. I'm a square. Okay. But that being said, so the skunk dunks are actually based, if I'm not mistaken, they're based off basically marijuana, just like the 420 dunks and stuff like that. I don't mess with those. It's just I don't like that theme. So no, I don't have any skunk dunks. And my guy Frank Mata in the house. What's up, man? Man, he was, I like to give him grief about his Cowboys, but I've never in my life seen a quarterback both throw an interception and fumble a football in the same play. How did Jalen Hurts do that? Did anybody see that? If you saw that play, hit the thumbs up button right now. If you haven't seen that play, check it out. It's remarkable. It's remarkable. So, anyways, man, my God, my gosh, that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say we got some super chats. Excuse me. So my guy, just cold, with the Kobe jersey, just cold. Let me know where on your top 5 list all time is Kobe Bryant. And so he says, "How do you feel about pack, aka pump assisted clamped?" So that makes me extremely nervous. Now let's see. So the reason for that is because when you are clamping alone, you are creating a significant amount of internal pressure within the chambers of your penis. Okay, And so if you add additional negative pressure on top of that, you can have a dramatic increase in the actual pressure that's associated with inside your penis. And so uh, my personal theory is that is extremely dangerous. Now, I know people who do that and they have not had injuries. I mean, let me put it this way. It's not like in my guys, if you need to reach me for coaching, patreon.com/docking for either enlargement or injury coaching. Link is in the description. It's not like I have people all the time that are like, "Hink, help, I broke my D by doing pump assisted clamping." Now, I don't think that many people do it, but I have an entire video about the dangers of even just pumping with a C-ring in place, okay? There's a case report, a published case report of a guy who was doing vacuum pumping with a C-ring in place and caused permanent hard flaccid and ended up having to get an implant because of the damage he did. I am extremely risk averse, okay? Especially, and I'm not humble bragging here. I'm just saying I'm at a very good size right now. I don't my risk versus reward threshold is very, very, very low. I'm only engaging in minimally risky things right now. So that being said, I would never recommend pump assisted clamping. Now, I'm sure there's people far freaking smarter than me that can explain why they feel that pump assisted clamping is the best way to do it. And so, if you listen to those guys or you do your own research or it just makes sense to you that that's something that you would like to pursue, by all means, bro. It's once again, I'm just a guy who listens to me about anything, about anything. Um, so yeah, I would never recommend that. And thank you very much for the super chat. If I did not say that already, man, you guys are showing so much love, and I know I gave away. Basically, I've given away more money with the between the past 2 lives than I've actually made, actually, because I've given away $400 and I made 200 with one live stream and then 100 with another live stream just as far as super chat. So I'm still technically negative 100, but I do appreciate the super chats, especially this time of year when I'm trying to get some gifts and whatnot. And honestly, just donate a lot, guys. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Toys for Tots is everywhere, guys. Like, I mean, I'm sure probably one of you right now went on Uber Eats and ordered like a $50 hamburger that you got delivered to your house. I hope you understand how much good you could do for somebody else if you were to donate that money instead. And so there's a nationwide thing, Toys for Tots, guys. You can buy a new toy, go to Walmart, order one on Amazon, who cares? But get a freaking toy and donate it for a kid in need. I don't know, man. I just feel like we're all so incredibly blessed that come on, man. Like we gotta do better as far as helping other people. So, anyways. So yeah, so basically your super chats are just going for me to buy toys for kids that need it. So, anyways, man. Dave Falco says, do, do you have thoughts on Botox as a pretend doctor? So, yes, I do have thoughts. I think that especially if you're trying to prevent wrinkles long term, starting a relatively early Botox regimen is something that can be very beneficial in preventing wrinkles long term. Now, you just have to be careful because if you use Botox too much, you will actually cause the muscles, like your frontalis muscle and some of the other muscles underneath your like frontal scalp to actually atrophy or basically shrink away and not work. And so you can actually have worse cosmetic outcomes sometimes if you do it too much. But I'm not gonna lie, I get Botox on my face sometimes. Call me vain, it's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. Just like when homeboy said I have a mangina, like I don't even know. That's just funny. That doesn't bother me. I don't know. I'm still not insecure about certain things anymore. So, anyways, but there is absolutely evidence for Botox actually helping with flaccid penile length. If you haven't seen my video, just go on YouTube and search after this Hink Botox. Okay. And you will see it can help with actually there's evidence it could potentially help with even things like hard flaccid, and also it can help increase your flaccid penis size. It won't help with erect penis size. So anyways, keep that in mind. So yeah, man. Let's see. Let's see. My guy Willem, I got see my guy Ortho OnlyFans, super chat. I'll get to that in just a second. He says, but my guy William, he says, "Hey Hinky, I know this isn't a super chat, but I'll get there one day when I figure that out. Question: What can you say about in pump length and not in pump length? Much love. I hope you're well." So I appreciate the I appreciate you being here, bro. Thank you. Um, so in pump length, there's a couple things. First of all, the pressure inside the pump is going to be greater than a natural erection for most people that are pumping, at least the way I tell you to pump. So, once you exceed basically really 4 to 6 inches of mercury, you're already outside of that natural erection range. So, you're already going to be basically bigger than normal in the pump. If you're using a water pump, refraction of the pump will make your D appear to be a third of the way bigger. When you pump, you do get edema within the glands of your penis head, which will make your penis look bigger. Okay. And so, not look bigger, it'll make it actually longer. And so, if you are using a pump and you're swelling up around, you also swell up in the head. And so, your penis will actually be longer that way. And so, I think it's a reasonable thing to track. If you haven't seen my video, I made a tier list. It's like, um, basically measuring progress tier list. I think I released it maybe 3 weeks ago, okay? But I talk about the best and worst ways to measure progress, but that's a reasonable way to measure your progress because over the span of months, you should notice that your in pump length is increasing. You just wanna make sure it's not just because you're getting worse and worse edema. Um let's see. My guy Ortho OnlyFans, he says, "You make me harder than a diamond in an ice storm." I appreciate that, man. The only problem with that Ortho OnlyFans is, you did not give me a snack reference, and boy, do I tell you, I'm not gonna call out any people in this chat that's names sound like, uh, bread Garoon, but boy, did I get some flack for my comment about my preference in chicken being KFC. Man, did I get called some names, not in a serious way, guys. But but I'm not calling out any administrators on here that said like bread magroon, but yeah, so that got me in a lot of trouble, man. So, my guy Chrome 47 says cannabis was helpful during chemo for sure. Absolutely, man. Especially, good lord, when it comes to cancer patients, I mean, pound for pound, I don't know. I mean, outside of like chemo or immunotherapy, blah blah blah. Like, I don't know there's a better medicine for patients that have cancer as far as pain, mood, appetite, nausea. I mean, you name it. So, anyways, um, and then Caleb says, "What do you think about CBD?" CBD is one of those things where, I mean, the reason why my cannabis is so helpful for some people is because because of the THC component. And so I do think there is something to CBD. I do, but once again, I don't consume it. I don't use it. So yeah, man. So Intimacy Nutrition Doc says mink. Should I pump or extend? Before or after aerobic exercise, mink? Uh, eh, I think it depends, man. I don't think it really matters that much in a sense. If you do it before, so the problem with doing it afterwards is that if you have a response to aerobic exercise, cardiovascular exercise, where your blood diverts to your muscles and you get a much smaller flaccid, it's going to be a harder process to warm up that tissue and actually and then get the tissue into a state where you're more prone to stretch. And so personally, I like to do my PE before any of that because number one, I mean, it's nice to just be working out. And once again, I've literally been ridiculed in my past for having a very small flaccid by girls that could just see it through literally my shorts, my basketball shorts. Which, man, great times, great times. Hashtag sad boy hours. But and so you have a bigger flaccid during your workout and you get it behind you. Now one could argue, especially one that strongly believes in the uh I believe that you need to be in an extended state, after PE, that doing exercise afterwards, which potentially retract your penile tissue and make things worse. But I don't think it matters that much, man. I like to do it before. If you do it after, you just might need to do additional warm up and maybe like a heat wrap around your D, something like Cialis Viagra could certainly help as well. So, anyways, I got some more super chats. Let me get to these guys. So my guy Dow, he says 4 weeks, no nicotine after 30 years, bro. Salutes to you, my friend. That's fantastic, man. Went from barely EQ went from barely holding it up on Cialis to hardly taking it. Stop the nicotine, fellas. Felt the difference between within 2 weeks. No joke. Wife is loving it. Bro, shouts out to you. People don't, there's you guys can see that album right there. Okay, that's the Outcast album. But there's a song on there, a really, really old song called Hey Ya, and one of the lyrics on the Andre 3000, he says, "Y'all don't wanna hear me, you just wanna dance." But, like, half the time when I make I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I'm actually actively wheezing right now. I need my inhaler. Hashtag sick baby. But I make these posts and I'm like, "You guys should stop nicotine because it's not good for you." And inevitably, there's somebody in the chat that's like, "Well, I take nicotine and I have excellent IQ. Oh, well, what about the nootropic benefits from nicotine?" It's like, "All right, bro. All right, man. All right. Do you, man. Do you." But the point is that here we have case in point, a guy that quit nicotine and he's seeing the benefits. And so if you haven't seen my video, man, I legit need my inhaler. If you haven't seen my video on why nicotine is so harmful, then you should watch it. But first of all, thank you for the extremely generous super chat. Mad props to you, man. And so, and honestly, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was feeling really, really shitty before this live, and talking to you guys and interacting with you guys, it always makes me feel better. Inevitably, there's been maybe one time where I don't know, but but yeah, and so especially stuff like this where it's like, man, my whole thing is like, even if I make a video and just it makes a difference in one person's life, and I try to remember that when nobody watches certain videos, that if just one person watched the video and learned something from it, then it's worth it. And so, so yeah, man, thank you for that, man. It means a lot, and glad the wifey is loving it. Video proof or it doesn't count. Okay, thanks. Yeah, just email it to me. It's no big deal, bro. Dropbox, whatever, whatever. Uh, so my guy Doc72 says, "Super chat for the kiddos, man." I appreciate that, man, very much. Doc72, man, extremely kind, bro. Thank you. Um, Just Cold says, "You ever thought about going solo?" I will say the thought has crossed my mind. And I will just leave it at that. Um, Girl 47 with the spicy chilies. Yeah, bro. What the fuck? Oh my gosh, that's hilarious, man. So hey, man, so my guy Derry Draco says nursing school getting in between my routine. Man, props to you for nursing school. I hope you got in nursing school before the federal government changes. But like once again, guys, we're not getting political here. We're not getting political, but in my opinion, it is very harmful for the medical system if you claim that professions like nursing, like physician's assistants, and a lot of these other medical professionals are no longer qualify as professionals and no longer qualify for federal loans. Okay, I don't know enough about it to make statements further, and for all I know, it could be a good thing, and maybe it'll reduce people's personal debt long term, and it could be a good thing. But my initial knee jerk reaction to things like that is it is not good, man. And so it actually, I was very upset to hear. Um, I was very upset to hear that criteria has changed. I don't know. I just know that when I'm cosplaying as Batman in the hospital, there is a perpetual nursing shortage, perpetual. So, I don't think that's gonna help. And my guy in Risque Danger says, "Coleslaw on a dog? Come on." Blocked, blocked, perma block. And so oh my gosh. Let's see, man. So guys, this is this is stupid, I know, but I think that this would be kinda dope, and so my logo, my, like, Hink logo, the luchador mask, and so there's a couple people, like, that are really in the trenches with me in this Hink shit right now, and, like, one of my goals is to get, like, a gold luchador charm, and I'm gonna send, like, maybe even the same necklace out to, like, to my closest guys that are on Team Hink, just as like, yeah, bro, I appreciate you, bro. I know that that's stupid, and I know that that is so, I don't know, in a lot of ways stereotypical. It's like, oh, here we go. Like, even though I know, guys, I look fluorescent on here, but like a black guy spending money on a chain. Here we go. But I don't know, man. I think that that's dope. So I think it'd be cool, and even just from the brotherhood, it's just like the Hink brotherhood, man. So I don't know. Maybe I'd give one away on here too, or something like that. But appreciate that, man. So let's see. Mr. Tula, elaborate question. Can you give me an opinion? So, yes, I can. Where is your question, Mr. Tula? Uh, my bone press BPEL after PE session, 20 minutes extending at 5 pounds of tension, followed by 2 sets of 4 minutes of air pumping at 5 inches of mercury. Good Lord. Jeez. 20 minutes of extending at 5 pounds of tension, followed by 2 sets of 4 minutes, 20 minutes extending. Okay. 2 sets of 4 minutes at 5 inches of mercury. Uh, Mr. Tula, bro. I'm not on, I don't think I understand what your question is, man. Please type it again. I certainly want you to get your money's worth. I don't, yeah, please type that again, bro. I'm not reading that well, or I'm not understanding what the question is. How long should extenders last before breaking? Years? I mean, a good one I would hope would last. It depends on what part you're talking about. Something like the sleeve or something, those tear all the time. Unfortunately, it's hard to find a good quality sleeve. It's just even the best quality sleeves still tear from time to time. So, but the actual like material of the actual extender, that I mean, that should last years at least. I mean, I would probably say at least 2 years. So yeah. So yeah, Mr. Tula, type your question again. Skywalker says, "Does creatine have a positive effect on PE?" No. Specifically for enlargement, no. And if man, God, how spicy do I want to be? Uh, no, I'll just leave it at that. Now, that being said, there are some like, well, actually, Hink, there's some evidence that creatine increases DHT. If you increase DHT, it could possibly have a beneficial effect on your erection quality and libido in general. And could that be beneficial for PE? Yes, but no, creatine, no, is not going to help. That's kind of insane. Um, no, no. Well, let me. That was extremely rude. I'm sorry. I don't mean you're insane. I mean that anybody that would argue that creatine would be helpful for PE, I think is insane. Now, the only other thing is that once again, if you are on creatine and therefore you increase your strength and maybe increase a little bit of muscle mass and therefore you decrease your libido and therefore, I mean, you decrease your you increase muscle mass, increase metabolism, therefore you have decreased body fat. That would help your PP appear bigger because you lost fat. But outside of a something like that, a stretch, I mean, it's just asinine. So, uh, so, man, my guy, Mr. Garvey says, Hink, drop the teeth whitening routine. That's crazy. I feel like, never mind. You guys are gonna think I'm like crazy dysmorphia. When I looking up close, they're starting to yellow around the bottom a little bit. So, but I bleach my teeth, guys. I mean, there you go. I don't remember. I have a custom made trays for my teeth, and I put a little bit of bleach in them. I do it maybe once every 6 months, and I put a little cream in there, and I leave it for an hour. I forgot the percentage of the bleach cream. It doesn't require prescription. If you have sensitive teeth, be careful. This is not medical advice, guys. I don't know anything about anything, but that's just what I do. So yeah, man, I bleach my teeth once in a while. I don't do white strips. I don't do like teeth bleaching, kit. I just saw a dentist, had trays made, and do that. So yeah, man. Nick says, "Is mixing DHT and Trin in the bath mate okay?" Yes, bro. S tier routine right there. Guaranteed 4 inches, 4 weeks with that right there, man. So, um, Chicago dogs are good, bro. What's blocked? Anonymous blocked. All right. Anybody that has a bad take on hot dogs, and by bad take, I mean they don't agree with me, getting blocked in the chat. Okay. So, now the Chicago dog has like the what is it? Like celery salt and these weird pickles on top. Man, if you don't get out of here with that, I ought to ban you for good for life for that nonsense, man. Um, so anyways, Jess Cole says, "Get it off your chest, Mink." Can Oh, intimacy nutrition doc, if this mink thing sticks around, I blame you for life, bro. Uh, that's that's, um, that's amazing. So yeah, and I appreciate you guys. And so, let's see, because somebody else thank you, Just Cold, for the other super chat. My guy, Philip says, "Hink does have nice teeth." I appreciate that, man. When I was a senior in high school, I had braces. I had braces and I had a mini fro and I had these little round glasses and bitches hated me. They were allergic to me. They would run from me. And so I guess it's worth it now. And I know, Hink, that's disrespectful. Don't call women bitches. I was being hyperbolic, guys, but I wasn't being hyperbolic about chicks running from me. So, but anyways, so I appreciate that. Now a group of guys that pull on their D's for fun in their basement, in their mom's basement, like me, compliment my teeth. So it's worth it, bro. So I'm starting to think this Just Cold dude is a burner account. Red, is that your burner account, bro? Are you on here on both accounts? I'm still missing Mr. Tula's question, bro. Mr. Tula, I don't wanna ignore your super chat, man. Um and I'm just randomly coming across this, but he says, "Hink, when are you getting Carl on the live stream?" Soon. There's been a lot of stuff going on, guys, especially over the weekend. And so I don't want to, and so it's hard for me to commit to what time the live streams are going to start, and I don't feel comfortable saying, "Hey, do you want to do a live stream with me?" And then be like, "Hey, we're going to start at 12. Actually, we're going to start at 1. Actually, we're going to start at 12:45." Like, I just need to know that I can be present in the thing. My God, you Dinklage Morgan. He says, "Hink sounds so black. Pays workers in chains and has shoes instead of socks." Oh my gosh, man. So my guy Maka, thank you for this very generous super chat, bro. He says, "Hink, thinking about the safest possible routine without rushing and aiming for a gain of only almost a half an inch in circumference. Do you think it's possible to grow at pressures between 5 and 6 inches of mercury?" So without rushing, aiming for gains. Um, the shortest answer, bro, is you'll have to try it. And so let me just I haven't been taking let's see. Gosh, man, I feel so much better talking to you guys. Thank you guys, man. Like, I don't know, man. I One thing that I always try to be appreciative of is I try to be grateful for life in general, even though I'm a sad boy, but just also with people in general. I tell my parents all the time, I'm just like, bro, thank you for my life. Because it could be very different. And so you guys that are here supporting me, I hope you know how freaking sincere I am when I say that I really appreciate you guys. The support, being here, just having any kind of interest in what I have to say means a lot. But that being said, safest way to gain so do I think pumping? Yes, I do. Do I think that it's likely you're going to gain at those pressures? No. And the reason why I can say that is because there's been actually quite a few papers looking at pumping for penile rehabilitation, and there has not been a measurable impact on girth. Okay. At those, especially pressures that low. If you look even at the penile rehab data, you should watch my video on that I just made, and it's like Redditor proves me wrong about pumping or some kind of clickbait title. So, but the point is that, like, the minimum pressure needed is right around 6 inches of mercury just to expand your D, just to get blood in there for most people. Now, it depends. If you go in the pump and 6 inches of mercury feels like your D is going to break off and fly into the sun, then obviously that's too much pressure. Maybe your pump isn't miscalibrated, or maybe you're just not used to it, because you have to gradually build up pressure. And so and so you can try it. I mean, I think in a in a month, that's hard. That's hard to actually have a measurable difference in girth. Within 2 months, you should know pumping at that pressure if you're going to be increasing in size. You should know, okay? I mean, you should have some measurable difference in girth, even if it's very, very small. And so my shortest answer is, do I think it's possible to grow at those pressures? Yes. I think it's much, much less likely. And so I would recommend that, as you can tolerate, but somewhere around 8 inches of mercury is around the minimum. I'll even be generous and say 7 to 8 if you're actually trying to gain. So, guys, we have somehow 141 people in here, and, I appreciate that. 143, man. If you don't mind taking a second to hit the like button. I intentionally put on here the lowest possible ad revenue, guys, and so if you appreciate that, I know that there are commercials, guys. I got new puppies to feed, okay? But, if you appreciate that, hit the thumbs up button, and you guys know it makes me happy to see 100 likes on here, so thank you for, the 7 guys that just hit that. So, shortest answer is, I think you need more pressure, but I also think that that pressure is safe to do that. So, let's see, safe as possible. So thank you for the super chat. My guy, get it off your chest, me. Maybe one day, guys. So, ooh, man. All right, so we got some additional super chats. My guy Natty Arturo, what's up, bro? He says Hink's the goat. I appreciate that, man. Um, the Well, just one quick comment, and, I hope this doesn't get too spicy, but, like, there's people out here that try to claim that they're the king, like LeBron, for example. He has to, like, "Oh, I have to put on my crown, and, that one right there made me the greatest of all time." Now, I am not inherently a LeBron hater. Thank you for the over 100 likes now. But the point is, I think a real king doesn't have to go out and say that he's the king. People will just know that he's the king, and I'm definitely not saying that I'm the king, but, like, you don't hear me saying, like, I'm the goat, I'm the PE goat. Like, no, I don't need to say that, and so, and I don't wanna say that, because I think that that's extremely arrogant, and I'm out here doing my research and just trying to do the best that I can. So, thank you for that, bro, but it's just, I don't know, man. Obnoxiously arrogant people with huge egos that claim that they're a goat, it's just I don't know, it's not even hilarious to me, it's just sad to me, but anyways. So 160 days, 120 minutes apex, okay, extender plus 20 minutes of pumping, 7 days per week, gains stalled, extend plus pump extend plus pump only, pro fix, up hours tension, vacuum heat, decon cycles. Okay. So that's very interesting. I would want to know what your tension is, because that is one thing that you could do, would be to increase your tension. And so, because you're doing 2 hours a day, you could also, I mean, I don't know if you saw the video with Perv McSwerve, but he's basically saying less is more sometimes. And I do think that to an extent that's the case. I know this might sound crazy, but you might wanna drop down to 45 minutes in the apex and do that for a month, and see what that does to your gains, because there is a chance you're actually doing too much, okay? Um, Now, that is kind of the perv McSwerve school of thought, okay? And unlike other people, I like to credit other people when I use any of their ideas and my thoughts and processes, instead of trying to make it seem like it's my own original idea, and then people call me out for that shit later. Hmm. If you got hate in your heart, let it out. Clayton Bigsby, man. Clayton Bigsby. Oh, man. So, anyways, man. Um So you could try either decreasing the amount of time during your apex. I mean, the shortest answer is you could try any of those things. I personally don't believe in decon breaks necessarily. Now that being said, I don't know that I've ever done 160 straight days of PE. So it's not unreasonable to take a break, take a week or two off, man. Gosh, 2 hours a day, 2 hours and 20 minutes a day of PE is a lot, bro. Mr. Tula, I see your text. I'm gonna answer that or your message. I'm gonna answer that just after this. The other thing, guys, is your gains are going to stall. They're going to decrease as you continue. Newbie gains are a very real thing, and so you're half a year in, okay, and so I think it's natural for you to have some slowing down of your gains. And so I'm kind of rambling here, but I would try potentially decreasing your extender time. You can keep your pump time. You know, you could consider taking a week off, man. Just take a week off and let your D kind of recover. And then I mean, but there's all of these things. Everything you suggested is all viable options if you stall. Uh, but I would say probably reduce the amount of time in your extender. Maybe just try 60 minutes, okay? It depends on what your tension is, though, because you didn't say what your tension is. But I don't think you need to do highest tension on these extenders. And then, yeah, and then consider taking a week or two off, man. So hopefully that helped and I didn't ramble too much. Now where is so Mr. Tula's chat is right there. He says, my size before PE I guess, is 6.7 non-bone pressed and 7.6 bone pressed. After PE, the session is 8 bone pressed and 7.25. Is this a good sign? Yes, I do think that's a good sign because you're increasing in size after your session. Now, the caveat to that is how much of that is edema. Because if you just go on a pump and you pump at a low pressure for an hour, which I don't think you said you were doing that. You were using, I think, an extender and maybe some pumping in there. And so, uh, let's see, is this a good sign? Oh, okay. And he says 20 minutes of extending and then 4 sets of 4 minutes air pump, 5 inches of mercury. Yeah, yeah, bro. That's a great sign. That's a great sign because you're not even pumping at high pressure where I expect you to get a bunch of edema. So no, I think that's a fantastic sign. And good for you, man. So, yeah, going from 7.6 to 8, I mean, that's good for you, bro. I mean, even your starting's damn, to be 7.6, guys, that's a massive unit. Good for you, Mr. Tula. Good for you, man. Let's see. Jadinklis Borkun says, "I'm weak." Oh. Oh, I guess sorry, allergic is crazy. I guess that's what I was saying. I was allergic to or the hoes were allergic to me. So, they were, man. They 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 were, man. So my guy, Dow, man, this, asthma, man, effing with me, man. So thank you for the super chat, bro. Thank you for your super chat, Mr. Tula. Thank you, Natty Arturo, for your super chat, bro. Much appreciated, my guy. Uh, let me answer this question before I get distracted from Nick Diaz saying, how big is LeBron, do you think?" Big. V I mean, let me get to that before this. How big did I say? You have to understand he's what, 6'8", maybe 6'9" with the NBA heightflation. He wears a size I don't think his foot is, like, insanely big, but there's no correlation between shoe size, but, yeah, I'd be willing to bet that at minimum, I would be willing to bet he's 8, minimum. I mean, I don't know. Didn't he flash I think he flashed his meat. Was it a finals game? I think he was tucking in his jersey and, like, flashed his meat, and it broke the internet. Now this was several years ago, but you guys can fact check me on that. But dude is definitely not small, for sure, man. So, there's a question here. Which ebook should I buy? And I'm gonna get to your super chat now. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to belittle that. I don't have an ebook, guys. And so if you ever see a Hink ebook, it's not my ebook. Okay. Maybe in the future I'll make one. I don't have an ebook. I have a video course where I take you through step by step, and it's a video guide. And so it's not a book. So Veiny Shaft. Wow, that's quite a name. Yeah, that's your answer to that. So Dow says, I smoked Newports from 15, dang, to 13, chewed tobacco from 30 to 40, switched to nicotine pouches last 5 years. High BP is starting to regulate since stopped. I'm so excited about it. Yes, I am 45. Man, more nicotine is so incredibly addictive. Hats off to you, bro, because just the willpower to do that uh, is just phenomenal. Phenomenal, man. Um, phenomenal. So yeah, thank you for the super chat, bro. Very, very kind. And guys, you know what? No, any of these super chats, I promise you, is just going to go to buying kids for toys for tots or whatever the thing is. So, I appreciate that, but I guarantee you that's where this money is going to go. So, anyways, but good for you, man. Nicotine can be so harmful long term. At least one live. I don't know. It just poops out. It says lost connection. It's so stupid, man. Um, and apparently I was paying $16 a week for StreamYard for like the past 2 months, maybe more than that, and forgot about it because I tried to sign up. But anyways, where was the super chat that I left off on? I think it's Bet's the God. So man, I don't like blasphemous usernames, but to each their own. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Either way, I appreciate that. Is there a way to target width directly? My spongiosum makes a large part of my girth. Unfortunately, no. This corpus spongiosum has either one layer or in some cases no layers of tunica, and so it's much more prone to expansion, just like the glands of the head of the penises. And so therefore, I feel like a lot of the girth gains that I have made have actually been from my corpus spongiosum enlarging. So I don't know that you can just target width of the chambers of the corpus cavernosum directly. I don't think that you can just specifically target those chambers for width. So the as far as I know, there is not a way to do that. Hopefully that answers your question, man. Thank you for the super chat. But I'm with you though. I mean, especially now, my spongiosum makes up a large percentage of my girth as well. I never thought in a million years I would just be on the internet talking to strangers about the dimensions of my PP. That's wild. What has my life become, man? What is my life become? My guy, intimacy nutritional doc, says elliptical cylinder. I don't know enough about physics and pressures to know how that would make sense. Yeah, to know how that would make sense. In theory, if you had a pump that was basically shaped like this, where the most of the pressure is going to exert force on your on the sides of the chamber, yeah, that kind of makes sense actually. That kind of makes sense. But I don't know that to be law. Targeting with So I got to get to some true super chat, man. So my guy just called. Thank you again for the super chat. He says the PE Avengers, Hink, Mr. ECZ, my guy, the AKA the Torta Smasher, or what was it? The Torta Pounder? What was it? I forgot, man. I had him on my live back when I was in LA. I actually met up with that dude. He's a solid dude, man. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, check him out. Show him some love. Perv 19 expansion, 2X, my guy, and Carl. That's a solid lineup, bro. That's a solid lineup. I can't argue with you there, man. So, So yeah, so appreciate that, man. Thank you for the super chat. So Intimate Nutrition Doc says mink is the perfect moniker for you. Smart, sleek, fast, cute, etc. So Carl Mia, he says, any discounts on your stuff? I ran a discount on my course. That is the only thing I have control of right now. So so no, I can't comment one way or another right now on any kind of discounts for any of the other products on any of the other websites. So my guy was want was 519. He says, "Thank you for the super chat, bro. Extremely generous." He says, "You're a true hero to us all. Thank you for doing what you do. Should I cycle off Shield and Safeguard? Been taking it for 4 months." Yeah, absolutely, bro. I personally believe anybody outside of clown in a mask, guys. Clown. I just need to get a clown mask for one of these live streams, just so I don't have to say it as much. Um, but the point is, I cycle off everything regardless of what my supplement is for at least a week every 12 weeks, so every 3 months, okay? And so now, do I think it's safe to be on those things long term? Sure. I mean, I don't know of any data saying long-term use of either of those supplements can cause problems, but you should absolutely cycle off, I would say. So taking it for 4 months, yeah, so cycle off for at least a month, man, and then, go from there is what I would say. So thank you, was five, and thank you for the very kind words, man. I'm not sure exactly what I've done to be a hero, but I appreciate it, man. Just trying to make the world a better place, one pp at a time, man. So, my guy Moon Boots, thank you for the super chat, man. In euros, is that euros or pounds? I always forget. But anyways, he says, "Is recovery pumping 2 by 5 at 5 to 6 inches enough to get the benefits of pumping after extending? Sometimes it's not convenient to do the main session right after." Yes, I do. I absolutely think that that is enough, and I recommend, even if you don't buy, if you're not trying to gain girth, buying a pump to have just after length work, after extending, to force healthy blood into your penis and expand the chambers. I think that that is very potentially beneficial, as far as health recovery and potentially even nerve function. So yes, I absolutely think that it is, and I would recommend that. And guys, even the guys that are just focused on length, I recommend them regularly that they consider pumping. Um, let's see. So my guy Narrow Key, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, "I seem really susceptible to edema during stretching. I assume you don't want to pump with edema suggestions." Man, what kind of stretching are you doing, broski? It's I mean, it's okay to pump with edema, but you're just likely gonna compound your edema. You're gonna have even more edema, so piled on. So, um, man, I don't. So yeah, I don't even know what to. I mean, how are you getting edema from stretching? The only thing I can think of is if you're grabbing and you're kind of compressing your lymphatics channels and then squeezing towards the top. But even then, I mean, I think the edema would be minimal. I would be very curious what your technique is, bro. Uh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'd be very, very interested to see. So somebody in this chat, I mean, this is just ridiculous. Says, who do you think is bigger between MJ or LeBron? I leave it to you guys. Who is bigger in theory? I- MJ or LeBron? Start poll. You guys, let's gaze others' meats, and I'm interested, man. And you guys better not, man. Oh, thank you, Chrome 47. So putting the links in the description. So it's 2K darn. He says, my question is, you said in the past 2 inches length is the max capacity, but others have said that they've gained 3 inches. Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. I mean, unless there's proof, everybody claims that they have gained, X amount. It's bullshit, unless they have proof. Most of the guys, I don't know anybody that's gained 2 inches with proof, okay? And so somebody saying that they've gained 3 inches, I think it's bullshit unless they have receipts, okay? I've gained significant amounts, okay? I've gained, 1.7 inches. Okay. Most of you guys at this point have actually seen my progress pictures. Okay. But it doesn't matter because I also say, hey, my methods work. And I ran a heat trial and I showed that guys on average, even one of those guys using my techniques gained an inch in 6 months with photographic proof. And so I come with receipts. I don't have bullshit excuses. And so I think any of these guys out here claiming, and there's all now some of these excuses are illegitimate excuses, okay? And a lot of people, unfortunately, just they don't really think PE is gonna work, and they don't take photos, and then they realize that they've grown, and then after that, it's too late, and they don't have starting photos. So that happens all the time. But it's just there's so much bullshit out here. There's so much bullshit. There's people on Reddit that offer coaching, and it's like, "I've gained 2 inches." It's like, "Oh, well, where's your proof?" "Well, I'm not gonna post my photos. Trust me, bro." There's just so much this "trust me, bro" bullshit, and that's why I think distinguishes me from other people, period. I mean, whatever. Now there's some people I still think that there's a very clear objective gains. I gave Perfect Swerve crap for his photos because he's like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't have my original photos, but I've gained 2 inches or whatever." But he even says that he lost some of that because dude was very sick and he almost died. But regardless, if you look at his, like, before and after photos, however you wanna say, "Oh, he doesn't have a measurement," whatever, like, you can clear it's very, very different. And so, I'm not saying that all of this is BS. I'm just saying I personally, to this day, have never seen evidence of anybody gaining 2 inches, okay, or more, personally. I've never seen before and after evidence. I've heard of guys that, like, claim that it exists, but, but yeah. So yeah, man, just be careful for that, and especially people that are selling stuff, okay? Me included. You guys need to be very critical of anything that I say, okay? Especially when I have a financial incentive to say certain things. My guy, Yusuf says, "Bro, you're really 6'5". I always thought you were 5'10" or something." I mean, yes. I mean, I don't know. If, oh gosh, if you watch my street interviews, watch my street interviews. I tower over these people in the street interviews, okay? And yeah, it's possible all the chicks were 4'5" in the videos, but no, bro. I'm actually as tall as I say I am. But it's okay if you don't believe me. So Caleb says, "Hink, stop ignoring me." Nope, ignoring. So, Mr. Garvey, thank you for the super chat. He's Hink, just want to say tween, tween, tween. Tween, tween, hezzy into the right, left cross, step back jumper, bow. Nothing you could do about that, dude. Appreciate the super chat, man. Yeah, so I honestly don't even know who that's in reference to, but yeah, man. Appreciate that. I appreciate that either way. All right. MJ, 71% of the chat thinks MJ is bigger. And so, I mean, once again, I'm not going to debate other dudes' meats. So, uh, let's see. So that got that. I think where is that? Per mentioned interval pumping after high tension extending and alive. Thoughts on interval pumping? What's a great pumping routine after extending? So, I thought we just covered that, man. Uh, sorry, I'll read some of these comments about the MJ versus LeBron. uh, Perv mentioned interval pump. So I thought Perv, in my recollection, what he was talking about was recovery pumping, and it was basically pumping for 10 minutes straight at about 6 inches of mercury, and I've commented on that before, and so, I mean, I think that that's reasonable. I personally don't like the idea of pumping to 10 minutes. I think a great pumping routine after extending would be somewhere between 6 to 8 inches of mercury, doing a set of 5 minutes, take 30 to 90-second break, and then do another set of 5 minutes. I think that that would be the ideal routine. So, thank you, Bets, for the super chat. Really appreciate And so, Chadinklish says, "MJ is better, Braun has a bigger meat. This is wild, Hink. Get yourself under control." Once again, I mean, I'm not gonna I bet they're both huge. I mean, whatever. Gosh, I mean, I don't even know, man. So, MJ probably has an elephant trunk. Let's see. And just to be clear, I'm not saying anybody is lying about their gains or lying about any of that stuff. I just think that it's a bullshit practice to say, "Trust me, bro, I've gained this much." Okay? It's a bullshit practice to say that in general, in my opinion, okay? Whether you didn't have the internet wasn't invented when you started, or you lost your hard drive in a fire, whatever the case may be, I think it's bullshit to say that you've gained X amount. I mean, shit. I mean, in what kind of time frame? Oh, well, you could say, people could say, I put on 5.5 inches. It's like, oh, yeah, well, since I was in utero, like, you know what I mean? It's like, what's the timeline here? Like, what are we doing? I don't know, man. So we got that. We got that. All right, guys, because I gotta sign off now. I told my girl I would be done at soon. So somebody said Dread is not that tall. Dread is tall. Just so you know, Dread is tall. Dread is somewhere between 6'3" to 6'5", if I'm not mistaken. So wait, so somebody says that the Wolf Gamer, Caleb, oh snap, he's 5'10", my bad. I don't know, man. Uh Caleb says he don't make me punch you. So all right. I think I got all the super chats, guy. Frank, get out of here, man. You're banned anyways, man. Until the birds win another Super Bowl, you're banned. And so this is the last question. Fire Future says, "Where do you see yourself in 10 years?" I hope, I don't know, man. This is sounds I don't know, maybe this sounds really sad. Happy? I hope I can finally get to the point where I'm happy and I can say, "You know what, man? Like, you're enough. Like, you can take the foot off the gas, man. You can chill and you've done well. Just enjoy the fruits of your labor, enjoy your family, and just be happy." I would love that in 10 years to be able to, quote Thanos, to just look at a grateful universe. Okay, sit back and watch the sunset over a grateful universe. And so yeah, I don't know, man. So yeah, that's what I would like. Regardless of what happens with this stuff, I would just like to just be content and just be happy. And right now, I can't. I don't allow myself to have that. And, so yeah, man. So Caleb says, "Hink, this summer we're going to the beach, you know what I mean." And so me and Caleb were talking about, we were debating the merits of going to a nude beach. And I was like, "Bro, with my luck, it would be like the Blacked conference would be at a nude beach, and I would be the smallest dude on the beach." So no, that's never gonna happen. I'm too shy for that, man. So, my guy was 519. Thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, "Hink, Google definition of a hero, a real person or animal showing selflessness, making a positive difference, or inspiring others. You be a hero." Thank you, bro. Like, that is extremely, extremely kind. Can't thank you enough for being here, sharing the super chat, and then sharing the message. And the fact that there are people who view me as such, that's incredible. So thank you, and it's an honor that I'm able to make any kind of difference, and it's just wild to me that people actually listen to me. Um, so yeah, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And on that note, so my guy Ethan says, "Hink, I saw a guy on Getting Bigger. He was 11.5 bones pressed stretch flaccid. Do you think that's real, or could it be the?" So I think that it's not that hard to have an extremely long stretch flaccid. But I would bet his erect length isn't anywhere near that, and especially if he's uncut, then, some of that could be foreskin, and so, I mean, I would have hesitation. I haven't seen the photos. I'm not gonna I mean, could it exist? It's possible. I didn't think 10 inches existed, but I was proven wrong recently, so anyways, some dude's still so fucking upset about that. It's so wild to me. So anyways, man, so thank you, was 519. Uh, Justin, nah, man, I have puppies, bro. I have puppies. I just meant like my family in general, my my brother, my sisters, my mom, my dad. Just be happy with my family, man. Oh, and of course, and my wife. Don't tell her I left her off. So, anyways, all right, man. So yeah, guys. All right. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. That's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you for making me feel better. Thank you for spending your afternoon with me. Thank you for the super chats and the support. I really appreciate you guys. I might be going live with a video about what's her name, Jesseline Singh, Kosh Singh's wife tomorrow. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Please be the best version of yourself and please try to help others out. All right, guys. Peace and love.